One, two, three. Good morning, Georgia. One more to go. One more for the road. Is everybody here now? Hi, Lady Benz. Good morning, my darling. Good morning. Hi, how are you? On Bella's Bucket of Blessing. Good morning, everybody. What if my nose? Mr. Kane. I was just eating cane. Oh, is my nose ring? It's not no cane. I was just eating cane. I have piece more to go. When you can cut cane from your backyard and eat cane, that says a lot. That says a lot. When you can cut cane from your backyard and eat cane, trust and believe you have everything going for you. Good morning, Howard. How are you, Howard? How you doing? You always go on the little page. Why? You don't like the crowd? In Howard, you don't like the crowd? You always take the page that have less people on there. I don't blame you. Stay away from Corona. Stay away from Corona. You always up on the page where only have few people on there. Hi, welcome, my darling. How you doing? Hi, everyone. How is everybody doing? Today is Monday. How is everybody doing today, Monday? Hmm? Me eat 4 giant of cane already and me have one little piece left. Me not eat it right now. I think I should drink some water. Me think if you drink some water first. Hi everyone on TikTok. How you doing, people on TikTok? Hey Tracy. Tracy, how you doing, Tracy? Tracy, how are you? How is everybody doing out here today? How is everybody doing? Oh my Lord, madam, I thought you weren't coming live stream for a few days. Carly seminar there. Carly seminar there. I'm on a different mission. I am on a different mission. Carly seminar there. I'm just putting my page on. I'm going to play some gospel. I'm going to dance. I'm going to sing. I'm going to ask everybody how they're doing. I am not on live. Just say I'm not on live, okay? Tracy, morning, my baby. Morning, Tracy. Come on, TikTok people. You have to like up the live. You don't have to like up the live this morning. I'm just here relaxing. I'm laughing my head off. I'm just relaxing. Yes, I can put the garage door up. I can put it down if I choose to. Yes, you just have to just start some fire. I have some shells to wash off. Yeah, me have a whole heap of shells to wash off. But just make one new garden. I just make a new garden. When we finish, me will show you it later on. Because me have to go shelling. Me plant 4 plants in them. Me plant 2 ZZ and two different ZZ. One of the red ZZ and one of the green one. And me plant 2 cactus in the same garden because it's big enough. And what me I go do, me I go shelly. Me I go shelly. You know, say me soursop, me have 2 soursop tree. And because the time so cold, it scorch up the leaf them. It scorch up the soursop leaf them. And me there believe say people spray or people they pick off the leaf them and so, but no. Me just went, me want to plant one of the sweet sap tree out there, so but me think it go too much, so me not bother plant it out there. Because me couldn't plant one of the sweet sap tree out there. But I have to go dig one big hole because it's in the pan already and catch already. So me couldn't plant it out there. Let me turn on the music just for you. Let me turn on the speaker just for you, Tracy. Alright. I'm up and running. Let me see for the right one. Come on, Fanny. Because if I know this one, you come on, Fanny, or the other one. Or the other one. Or the other one, come on, Fanny. Or the other one. That means this one. Give me 1 minute there, guys. Let me take off the speaker off of this. Let me take off the speaker off of that and put it on this one. Okay. I'm going to listen to you guys. I'm not paying nobody attention. I'm paying nobody no mind. Anything what they want to put out there, make them put you out there. Who want to believe it, believe it. Make them enter the trip over their own soul. Make them stay there and trip over their own soul. The latest layered story is me. Doing the latest layered story. I don't know why they give me so much credit. I don't know why they're giving me so much credit. Is that me reach out to Foota Hype? I don't even know who named Foota Hype. I don't even know who named Foota Hype, much more if you have number for Foota Hype or not like that. I don't know what they're talking about. So people and everything on your ear out there you must listen to. A lot of these people are only here to draw your energy. They don't have any energy. Their energy is negative and bad. And all they're doing is drawing your energy. So I'm begging you guys, I'm begging you. Don't listen to everything on the ear out there. Because I'm not true. I'm not true. Guys, I don't know who named Foota Hype. I don't even have a number for Foota Hype. Might be Foota Hype come out there and chat in Tory and chat when I want to chat and me see it 1 and 2 times. And yes, me might have posted or stuff like that. But I don't know who is Foota Hype. I really don't know who is Foota Hype. I'm just here this Monday morning to tell you guys, God is good. God is good. And if you only have faith, faith moves mountain. Me go do me 8-mile walk already, you know. Me do me 8-mile walk already. Me get me shell them. Me get most of the shells them that I'm picking up these days. Me get very picky and choosy, you see. I remember some days when time me go out there, so. I remember some days when I go out there. I remember the days when I go out there. I pick up everything I see, like pick up every shell because I have use for every shell. Nowadays, I'm very picky. Very, very picky. All me pick up most of the time are the olive them. You see the olive them, how the olive them stay? Most of the time are the olive them me pick up. And any nice big crab. When me see like crab in it and stuff like that, me pick up the big shell them. Yes. You know, I got two nice big shells and I spray them. Let me go for them. I spray them. Today, guys, I'm not even paying nobody any mind. I'm relaxing. I am so relaxing. Let me see what I'm gonna do today. What was I listening to this morning? What was I listening to this morning? Yep. Bella's bucket of blessing. Yes. Bella's bucket of blessing. Where the pastor man sitting there? No one is your friend. Let me do no one is your friend.
This will defend. We are made for patriots by grunts. We are a tribe. We speak.
You know, there's a harsh truth most people refuse to accept. A truth that sits quietly behind every smile, every handshake, every pat on the back, every like on your social media, every fake compliment you receive. And that truth is simply no one is really your friend. Now, before you switch off and call this negative, listen carefully. This is not a speech to make you bitter. This is a wake-up call to make you better. Life has taught me something. People don't love you, they love what you do for them. They love your energy, your time, your resources, your benefits, but not you. And the day you stop serving their interest, you become a stranger overnight. You want proof. Think back how many people showed up when you had money, when you were winning, when you were shining. But where were they when you were broken? Where were they when you had no food, no job, no support? Where were they when you cried alone at 2 a.m.? That's right, missing. People will clap for your success, but secretly resent you for it. They will stand by you when it's convenient, but abandon you the moment it costs them something. The ones you call best friends might be the same ones silently competing with you, jealous of you, even hoping you fail. This is not about hate, it's about reality. So today, I came to tell you, stop living for people's applause. Stop depending on external validation. Stop waiting for friends to believe in your dream before you chase it. You were not born with friends. You were born alone. And one day you will leave this earth alone. Realize this, no one owes you support. No one owes you loyalty. No one owes you love. You are responsible for your own peace, your own growth, your own destiny. The danger is too many people waste years trying to impress people who wouldn't even show up to their funeral. They waste energy texting people who don't reply, giving loyalty to people who gossip behind their back, giving love to people who only take and never give. You keep calling people friends just because you've known them for years. But time doesn't build loyalty, character does. So from today, start auditing your circle. Test the hearts around you. Distance yourself from leeches. Surround yourself with people who don't just clap when you win, but cry when you lose, people who correct you in private, defend you in public, and love you without condition. And until you find such people, walk alone, because walking alone with peace is better than walking with fake friends, with drama. Remember this, sometimes isolation is God's protection. No one is your friend, but that's okay. Because you don't need many, you just need truth. You're not here to please people, you're here to fulfill purpose. So rise up, wipe your tears, trust yourself, build yourself, and move forward, even if you have to do it alone. People love what you bring, not who you are. And the sooner you understand this, the faster you'll protect your heart from unnecessary disappointment. Let's be real for a moment. People aren't drawn to your late nights, your early mornings, your silence.
Riley's Jamaican have nothing in Jamaica.
Greetings, people. Greetings. Good morning. Good afternoon. Let me tell you the real reason why I don't have anything in Jamaica. Stuff like that. See? Let me tell you the reason why. This Jamaican in America so long and don't have anything in Jamaica. Actually, I'm about to show you. It's better for me to show you. Now, this is what I've been doing for the first 10 years when I came to America, of the promise that I made to take care of my family people. When I look at this stuff, it gives me flashback. You see all of this? This is what people give me to send to Jamaica to my family. All of this, all this, woman stuff, oil, whites, canned stuff, all of these people close, and they have more to give me, and then I bought some over there. But I kind of have flashback because I remember the days when I used to just go downtown and spend tens of thousands of dollars. You know what I mean? Tens of thousands of dollars packing up barrel to send to Jamaica for my family. You know what I mean? And on top of that, people, I never ever use a shipping company. I don't even know where that is. So I used to use this airline called Northwest, right? 3 days the barrel take to get to Jamaica. And I always ship off like 2, no less than 2, sometimes 3. And I did that like twice a year, at least twice a year. You know what I mean? Constantly, and send money. Each one of them barrels used to cost me like 80 something cents a pound. So you do the math. And then I have to FedEx the paperwork to my sister. When my sister worked right across the street from the airport at a villa. So you could actually see the barrels come off of the plane. You know what I'm saying? At that, I've been doing that for a while. Now here's the funny part, people, because my sister have four daughters, right? 4 daughters and 2 sons. And of course, I have more nieces and nephews in Jamaica. So I used to just pack up them barrels, pack them up, you know what I mean, with all kind of stuff. Of course, I have one nephew who was special to me. He's the one that I told you that worked on a ship and, you know, became Judas and him. His stuff was special. I used to mark his name and his stuff. See? But when I used to be downtown, people, Los Angeles, buying stuff, especially for the female, I used to try to look at them and imagine in my head like this could fit this one and that. Even the underwear. And the Mexicans or them Chinese will always tell me, oh, my friend, you got too much girlfriend, too many girlfriend. And I couldn't convince them. No, it's my family, it's my nieces. And no, my July, too much girlfriend, my friend. Dude. Yeah, they said me have too much girlfriend. These was all my niece. Even this morning, you hear the TikTok when I put up the one that tried to, you know what I mean, corrupt my family. You know what I mean, against me. Family. Even her. Yes, downtown Los Angeles people spending tens of thousands of dollars. So when I look at stuff like that, I have flashback. Just remember them days. So back in the day, sometime my room used to be full, packed with stuff. And I have to go get barrels and send. The last time I sent barrels was 2003 until when I start, you know what I mean, going and bring suitcase and stuff until when I realized that they never liked me the whole time. And the supply cut off and then they turn on me. Well, they never liked me. But yeah, I have flashback when I see stuff like that, people. Knowing what I've done for my family and the way they treat me in the end. Spend thousands of dollars, man. Thousands of dollars downtown, people, and I'm telling you. You know what I mean? For real. And then my auntie showed me how I used to put the padlock on the barrel, and she showed me. I said, nobody will ever break. My sister never have a problem with one of them barrels. Nobody ever breaking one of them. None, not one. Never over a decade. She never had a problem with one. Never called me and said she had a problem. Nobody ever stole anything or nothing. You know what I'm saying? For real. So, these are the things. And then they grew up and laugh at me. Say how I'm in America so long before Abraham Lincoln. You know what I'm saying? And how America is going to shut down on me after I fed them people and spent tens of thousands of dollars. That's why I have nothing in Jamaica. It's not the point of me being in America so long, because that's all they talk about. They make it become a song, my family. Look how long I'm in America. Look how long I'm in America. It's not the point of me not being in America so long. It's because either because I'm not down there living a low life where they want me to live, or I not have an empire built up and taking care of all of them. It's one out of 2 of them reasons. You know what I mean? Because the whole time when I was here packing up barrels and sending it to them, it was no problem until when the bar stop come. Then look how long he's in America. Not realizing the whole time I've been taking care of them, that their mother could do. And people up here in America thinking I have many girlfriends. You know what I'm saying? For real. I couldn't convince these people, man. Yeah, because I'm buying so many female stuff.
All right, get to the point.
You know what I mean? You think how many people, you know how many times all my woman, when I was packing up them barrels, see me buying $200 clocks on my
What are we a big Bertha she want come out now and talk about mention disrespect women and kids, all because she is the one getting disrespected. Isn't that funny, Bertha? Are you forgetting that you are the breeding ground of this type of disgusting behavior? Are you forgetting how your male friends them and your gay friend them drag me and Marcia kids them and grandkids? So how so now you come out and I try to be spokesperson all because I don't want to get disrespected. No. Usually, I wouldn't be up for these types of things. But the way Mr. Jamaican Carlos done you, I saw you forget Dunnings. You need to feel what it is when people come out and disrespect you. Yeah, man, you need to feel it because years now, me and Marcia and my kids, them and my grandkids, them, I sit down, I get disrespected by your friends, them, your male friends, them, where you promote. You forget you promote them by your page. So nobody come out now and come go and like say you're the spokesperson of decency. No, baby love, you're not. You started it. You are the breeding ground of it. Come here. You forget about the nasty things they had to say about my granddaughter, my 3-year-old granddaughter.
Look what the young man has put himself through.
I had great night.
Congratulations.
I had great night's sleep. Let's smoke some of this. Green dot.
Congratulations, you now.
Women stayed in Old Darby, St. Catherine, Ireland.
She was buried alive when she was... The CEO saw the blood. This is your mother.
Yes, yes, let me get This is Ruby.
Hey y'all, you guys know by this that
sacrifices. They don't see the times you cried yourself to sleep just to wake up and smile for them. They don't notice the inner battles you fight just to show up for others with energy and strength. No, what they see is the result of your struggle, the benefits you provide, the opportunities you create for them, the convenience you bring into their lives. Look around you, people will come close when you're giving, when you're serving, when you're providing solutions to their problems. When you have money, everybody wants to quote you. When you have influence, everybody wants to associate with you. When you're winning, they will post you, tag you, invite you. But strip all of that away, let the money slow down, let the opportunities dry up, let your smile fade for just one season, and watch how fast the crowd disappears. You think they love you, but truth is, they love your energy. They love your car when you're giving them free rides. They love your house when they need a place to crash. They love your phone when they need someone to vent to. They love your mind when they need free advice. But the moment you set boundaries, the moment you say no, the moment you stop being available, suddenly you're the villain. Suddenly you've changed. Suddenly you're acting funny. Remember those times when you picked up every call, answered every text, gave them your last dollar even when you were broke yourself. They didn't see that struggle. They only remember the favors. They don't see you skipping. They don't notice you staying up late, helping them with their problems while ignoring your own. How many times did you cancel your own plans just to be there for people who wouldn't cross the street for you? How many times did you motivate someone out of depression while silently drowning in your own? How many times did you pretend to be okay just so they wouldn't feel uncomfortable? Listen, this is not to make you bitter. This is to open your eyes. Because the sad truth is the majority of people in your life are transactional. They love your gifts. They love your advice. They love your time. But they don't love you. You ever notice how the phone stops ringing and you're not useful to them? How they don't check on you unless they need something? How your inbox stays empty unless there's a favor to ask? That's because you've been a convenience, not a priority. They don't care about your health, your mental state, your emotional wealth. Being they care about what you can provide. When you stop pouring, they stop showing. You could give someone 99 favors, but the day you say no, that one no will erase the 99 yeses in their mind. People will applaud you for what you give, but rarely for who you are. They will celebrate your resources, but neglect your humanity. And here's the most dangerous part. The more you give, the more they expect. And the less they appreciate. You train people how to treat you by what you tolerate. When you're always available, you become invisible. When you never set boundaries, you become everyone's emotional trash can. When you always say yes, your worth diminishes in their eyes. So here's what life taught me. Stop giving from an empty cup. Stop sacrificing your peace for people who wouldn't lose a minute of sleep for you. Stop being the hero in everyone's story while being the villain in your own. You deserve people who love you for your heart, not your hands. People who care for your soul, not just your services. People who check on you, not just cash out from you. And if that means fewer people in your life, so be it. Because quality over quantity every single time. Loyalty is tested in crisis, and most people will fail that test without even blinking. It's easy for people to stand beside you when the sun is shining, when the table is full, when the laughter is loud and the drinks are flowing. Everybody loves being around you when life feels like a celebration. Everybody claps when you win. They love to post your success, tag you in pictures, claim they knew you before you made it. But the real question is, who's standing with you when the lights go out? Who's holding your hand when you're drowning? Who's checking on you when you've gone silent for days? Not because you're busy, but because you're broken. Look back on your life. Think about the moments you hit rock bottom. When the job was gone, when the money dried up, when the doctor gave you bad news, when depression wrapped around your neck like a chain. Who really stayed? Who called? Who knocked on your door just to say, I don't need anything from you. I just want to know if you're okay. Who showed up without expecting anything in return? People love the version of you that's useful. They love the version of you that's entertaining. But the moment you become inconvenient, watch how fast their loyalty dissolves. You'll see people you call family disappear like strangers. People who promised to be there, suddenly too busy. Friends who used to text every day, now can't even send a one-line check-in. And the people who once leaned on you for everything, suddenly have selective amnesia when it's your turn to lean on them. It's in the crisis, when the roof caves in, when the bank account is empty, when your health is failing, when rumors are spreading, when your name is being dragged, that's when masks come off. That's when you'll see who was clapping because they loved you, and who was clapping because they loved the spotlight you provided. Loyalty is not proven when you're up, it's proven when you're down. It's not measured by how many times someone partied with you, but by how many times someone prayed for you in private. It's not about who takes selfies with you at your best, but who sits with you in silence at your worst. People will say, I'm here for you, but watch how many excuses they'll give when you really need them. Watch how fast their tone changes when you're no longer in a position to benefit them. Crisis exposes character. It strips away fake love. It removes titles and years of fake friendship like peeling off cheap paint. Real loyalty doesn't need an audience. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't need recognition. It's silent, steady, and selfless. It's the friend who drives across the city at midnight just to sit with you when your heart is breaking. It's the family member who defends your name in rooms you're not even.
Credit card and loan payments feel like they're piling up? Click the link below to check out debt consolidation at National Debt Relief. When you're juggling multiple lenders, each with their own due dates, interest rates, and fees, it's easy to fall behind. And that's where National Debt Relief comes in. They can help you combine your unsecured debt into one affordable payment so you can finally have a clear.
It's the person who shows up with groceries.
This is two of my nice shells that I found that have crabs in there and conch, so I take it out. Two of my nice shells that I found this week. So these two staying in here, all the rest going outside.
When they know your fridge is empty, even when you never asked. Think about the times when you were sick and nobody called. Think about the days when you felt lost and nobody noticed. Think about the
Makala, my girl, thank you. Boy, me say me have some of the best moderators them over here. I have some of the best people on my page. Yesterday I hear somebody say how me have all heap of people over here and most of them are broke pocket. Most of them are broke pocket. That's okay. Then me hear somebody correct them and say, no, me know whole heap of them over there will have them good person, have them good money, but them just not give her no money. You know what me if you come out here, can't tell you no how much money my people them they give me? Eh? You know what me if you come out here, can't tell you no. Say for me people them, moderators for me page, people them who me just know. They give me money. They send money come give me. You want me when they send the money come give me. You want me if you come out here and tell them say, oh, Ro give me this or this I want give me this. No, it not happen. It not happen. Whatever my people them give me is for me. Now for the time I ask them say, is it for the Bella's bucket of blessing or is it for me? Then say I feel Maxine. Because if I give you for the Bella's bucket of blessing, I give you the gift anyhow. So we will never Makala, I love you so much. Thank you very much because you wouldn't know what you have done for me. You would not know what you have done for me, especially with those phone numbers. You would never know. Me find out, say, when me work in a silence, things get done. And no matter how people go say, oh, you never do this, oh, you never do that, that's okay. That's okay. Because me know what me when they do, and some people know what me when they do. Some people, you couldn't just tell them anything because they talk too much and they make them mouth slip and say things. Silence is golden, my dear. One thing me know for sure, and two for certain, is that Ro know say me when they do something. Some other people know say me do something. Some people me call them and beg them a change. All when they give me money already, me have to call them and say, God know me need $150, you know. And then say, come give me and he pick up a dime. So a lot of people know what I was doing. Silent treatment is the best. Yes, Ro. So me not care what nobody wants say. Me not care what no want say or nothing. Me know what me do and what me not do. Me no business want to say, I don't care. You go back and listen to me something.
Moments when you dropped hints, hoping someone would check on you, but they never did. It hurts because you thought those people were loyal. You thought they were real. But crisis has a way of removing illusions. It forces you to see people for who they really are not who you wanted them to be. So here's the uncomfortable truth. Not everyone who sits at your table deserves a seat. Some people only stayed because the food was good. Some people only stayed because they had something to gain. But the day the plates are empty, the day there's nothing left to serve, they're gone. So when life shakes you, don't be angry when people leave. Thank life for revealing the truth. Because loyalty that only exists during good times was never loyalty to begin with. Stop begging for validation. Because the truth is, most people don't even know what they want for themselves, let alone what's best for you. You're sitting there waiting for people to approve your ideas, waiting to clap for your growth, waiting for people to support your dream, and all the while your life is on pause, your progress is on hold. And your purpose is being suffocated by opinions that don't even matter in the long run. Think about how many times you've delayed starting something just because you were afraid someone might not like it. How many times did you rewrite a message, rethink an outfit, rework your dream, just because you feared how someone might perceive you? How many nights have you lost sleep, not because you failed, but because someone didn't applaud your effort? It's like walking into a room full of mirrors, but none of them reflect your true image, just fragments of what people want you to be. You're stretching yourself thin, twisting, turning, bending, trying to fit into a mold that was never designed for you. And for what? For a few likes, a few compliments, a few words that will fade the moment you stop giving people what they want. You have to understand people are fickle. Today they love you, tomorrow they forget you. One moment you're the hero, the next you're the villain in their story. And the worst part, their opinions of you change based on their mood, their circumstances, their level of jealousy, their own personal struggles. And here you are making life decisions based on that. There's a reason some people never clap for you. It's not because you're not doing great. It's because your growth reminds them of their stagnation. Your progress highlights their lack of effort. Your confidence makes their insecurities louder. So stop expecting them to cheer for you when your win feels like their loss. Look at social media. How many times have you posted something from your heart, hoping for support, only to see people scroll past like you're invisible? How many times have you watched strangers support strangers while your so-called friends couldn't even hit a like button? And here's the catch. The same people who ignore you publicly will secretly watch every move you make. They're watching your stories, reading your captions, following your growth silently.
I'm not lying. Because right now, if you know the amount of people what they on the page them, if you know the amount of people what they on the page them, and that's why I change the route we start me ago. Because even when they come and find your page, not even a thumbs up. You have to beg them to double tap. TikTok then just sit down sometime and just look for you. YouTube then just sit down and look. Not even a double tap. Not even a double tap. Not even a double tap. When this done, we done.
Silently, but too proud to admit it. Stop begging for validation from people who don't even validate themselves. Stop shrinking to make others comfortable. Stop turning down your light just because others are afraid to shine. If you keep living for applause, you'll die from neglect. If you keep waiting for approval, you'll miss your destiny. You have a calling that doesn't need an audience. You have a dream that doesn't require permission. You have a future that won't wait for people to catch up emotionally. Some people will never clap, and that's okay. Some people will never say thank you, and that's okay. Some people will always question you, criticize you, doubt you. But that's their burden, not yours. You don't need a committee to believe in yourself. You don't need a fan club to chase your goals. The real validation comes from within. From waking up every day, choosing to keep going, choosing to improve, choosing to show up even when no one is watching. Remember the times you clapped for others when no one clapped for you. Remember the times you celebrated while hiding your own tears. Remember the times you poured out love while starving for it yourself. Your value was never attached to other people's recognition. You were worthy when they ignored you. You were valuable when they doubted you. You were enough before anyone ever said you were. It's time to reclaim your self-worth. It's time to stop explaining yourself. It's time to stop waiting for people to tell you what you already know deep down. You are capable, you are chosen, you are destined for more. Your growth is not up for public opinion. Your greatness is not up for a vote. Let them watch, let them doubt, let them gossip, let them ignore. You just keep building. Time doesn't guarantee loyalty. And that's one of the hardest lessons life will ever teach you. You can know someone for 5 years, 10 years, even your whole life, and still they can switch on you like you were never part of their story. People confuse time with trust. They confuse history with loyalty. But the truth is, time only measures how long someone has been around, not how deeply they care for you. Think about it. How many people have you kept close simply because you've known them for years? Not because they add value to your life, not because they've shown up when it mattered, but because you felt that obligated, because of shared memories, because of moments that felt real at the time. But when tested, their true colors show. It's like having a plant in your house that you water every day. But no matter how much love and care you pour into it, the roots were already dead a long time ago. You keep holding on, thinking that with enough time, with enough effort, things will grow again. But sometimes what's dead stays dead. Loyalty isn't built on the number of years you've known someone. It's built on consistency, integrity, action, and heart. It's shown in how someone stands by you when you're at your lowest, not just when you're on top. Loyalty is being there when the world turns its back on you, when the money's gone, when your reputation's under fire, when you've got nothing left to offer. You ever notice how some people disappear the moment life gets messy? When you're in a hospital bed, when you're facing legal trouble, when you're battling depression, suddenly the ones who claim to love you go silent. No calls, no messages, no visits.
It's your chance to be Mr. Wonderful. You can invest directly into Start Engine, equity crowdfunding fund.
The same people who used to laugh with you, party with you, sit at your table are nowhere to be found. It's in those moments you realize the calendar doesn't build loyalty, character does. Look back, how many times have you said to yourself, I've known them too long to walk away now? How many times did you justify their betrayal, their silence, their selfishness, just because you share history? But history doesn't heal wounds. History doesn't sit with you when you're crying. History doesn't defend your name when people are throwing dirt on it. Loyalty does. And let's be real, some people were only there during your good seasons because it was easy. It was convenient. You were fun to be around. You had resources. You had influence. But the moment you became a burden, the moment you needed help, they vanished. Time never changed that. It only delayed you from seeing the truth. You have people right now in your circle who wouldn't lift a finger if you were in trouble. But because you've known them for years, you still call them friend. You still invite them to your celebrations. You still share your wins and losses with them. But deep down, they wouldn't do the same for you. The truth is, you don't need a 20-year friendship. You need a 2-month connection with someone who has integrity. Someone who shows up when it matters. Someone who speaks life into you, supports you, corrects you with love, and stays consistent through your highs and lows. Time creates memories, but loyalty creates legacy. Don't confuse the two. Just because you've laughed with someone, shared secrets with someone, or stood by their side for years, doesn't mean they'll do the same for you when the tables turn. People change, hearts shift, motives evolve, and sometimes the people you trust the most become the people who hurt you the deepest. Not because you did anything wrong, but because they were never loyal to begin with, just present. Stop measuring people by how long they've been around, and start measuring them by how they treat you when it's hard, when it's dark, when you have nothing to offer but your truth. Because loyalty isn't about time served, it's about love proven. Walking alone is better than walking with fake support. And let me tell you why, because nothing damages your spirit more than pretending you're surrounded by love when deep down, you know it's all a lie. You wake up every day acting like you're part of a team, part of a circle, part of something meaningful. But inside you feel the emptiness, the hollowness of fake smiles and empty words. People will stand next to you, take pictures with you, laugh with you. But when the pressure comes, when life hits, when you're drowning, they're nowhere to be found. It's like standing in the middle of a crowd, but feeling completely invisible. You post something meaningful, hoping for support silence. You share your pain, hoping for comfort silence. But the moment you succeed, the moment you start shining, the moment you start winning, suddenly, here they come commenting, calling, showing up, not because they care, but because they want to be associated with your life. They want the photo, they want the tag, they want the story of how they knew you before you became something. But where were they when you were praying for a breakthrough? Where were they when you had nothing but tears and faith holding you together? Where were they when you were fighting anxiety, depression, rejection, all alone in your room? Fake support is worse than no support because it plays with your mind. It makes you question yourself. It makes you doubt your worth. It makes you think you're surrounded when you're actually alone. Sometimes the biggest betrayal isn't the people who leave, it's the people who stay but never truly show up. They clap for you in public but criticize you in private. They sit at your table but talk behind your back. They hug you but hope for your failure. And the longer you keep them close, the more toxic it becomes for your soul. You have to realize that walking alone may feel scary at first. It may feel lonely, but it's pure. It's peaceful. It's real. When you walk alone, you know every step you take, every victory you achieve, every battle you win is because of your strength, your resilience, your grind. There's no confusion, no mixed signals, no fake energy draining you. Think about this. How many dreams have you delayed? How many goals have you postponed? How many opportunities have you walked away from? Just because you were waiting for support from people who were never really with you. How many times did you shrink your vision just to keep others comfortable? How many times did you stay silent just to avoid conflict with people who didn't even deserve your loyalty? Sometimes elevation requires isolation. Sometimes the next level in your life demands that you walk that road by yourself, with no one cheering, no one clapping, no one validating you. Just your faith, your vision, and your grind. People will call you crazy. They'll say you've changed. They'll accuse you of being distant, selfish, cold. But what they won't say is how they never showed up when you needed them most. What they won't admit is how they took your loyalty for granted, how they drained your energy, how they clapped for you on the surface but doubted you behind closed doors. So here's the truth. Walking alone is not a punishment, it's protection. It's like giving you a chance to clear your space.
My daughter is being treated for leukemia. It hit harder, heavier, being a girl that
to detox your circle, to rebuild your foundation with people who actually love you for you, not for what you give, not for what you provide, not for your shine, but for your heart, your soul, your true self. You don't need fake friends, you don't need empty compliments, you don't need surface level love. What you need is peace. What you need is clarity. What you need is authenticity. And if that means walking alone, taking solo steps, sitting in silence while you rebuild them, so be it. Because real growth often starts when the noise of fake support finally fades away. Self-trust is your real friend. And until you understand that, life will keep throwing you into cycles of disappointment and heartbreak. Every time you lean too heavily on people, every time you depend on others to clap for you, every time you wait for someone to validate your next move, you're handing over the keys to your own destiny. You're putting your happiness, your growth, your next level in the hands of people who are just as lost, confused, and broken as you. People who are busy fighting their own battles, chasing their own dreams, dealing with their own insecurities. And yet here you are sitting on pause, waiting for their approval, waiting for their green light, waiting for them to tell you it's your time. You've got to wake up and realize no one is coming to save you. No one is going to hold your hand and walk you into your purpose. No one is going to wake you up at 5 a.m. and tell you to grind harder. No one is going to sit you down and say, it's time to stop making excuses and go after everything you deserve. That voice has to come from you. Self-trust is built when you do the hard things, when you make decisions without needing a committee, when you bet on yourself even when the odds are stacked against you. Think about the times when you doubted yourself and still showed up. Think about the moments when fear wrapped itself around your chest and you still took the shot. Think about the nights when you cried, questioned everything, wanted to quit, but still you kept going. That wasn't luck. That wasn't accident. That was you tapping into the quiet power of self-trust. Stop waiting for confirmation from people who don't even believe in themselves. Stop expecting others to see your vision when it wasn't given to them. It was given to you for a reason. Your dream, your calling, your assignment, it's personal. And sometimes the people closest to you will doubt you the most. Not because you're not, but because they're too familiar with your history to believe in your future. They saw you when you were weak. They saw you when you failed. They saw you when you made mistakes. And now they can't see the version of you that's rising. But you have to see it. You have to believe it. You have to be your own cheerleader, your own coach, your own motivator. Because when you trust yourself, it changes everything. You stop second guessing your decisions. You stop overthinking every move. You stop waiting for the perfect time, the perfect circumstances, the perfect support system. You realize that the only thing you need is the belief that no matter what happens, you will figure it out. Look at the most successful people, the game changers, the leaders, the innovators. They didn't get where they are because the world believed in them. They got there because they believed in themselves long before anyone else did. They took risks when no one else would. They stood alone when no one stood with them. They kept moving when the crowd stopped. That's the power of self-trust. Think about the times when you asked for advice and ended up more confused than before. Think about the moments when you let someone else's doubt become your reality. How many dreams have you buried because someone said, I don't think that's a good idea? How many opportunities have you walked away from because someone you trusted told you, you're not ready? The truth is, they were speaking from their fear, not your potential. Self-trust doesn't mean you'll always get it right. It doesn't mean you won't fail. But it does mean that even if you fall, you'll rise again. Even if you lose, you'll learn. Even if you get rejected, you'll redirect. It means you trust yourself enough to try to grow, to evolve, and to never give up on you. You've spent enough time doubting, enough time shrinking, enough time asking for permission to be good. Now it's time to trust the inner voice that's been screaming for you to move, to build, to create, to break limits, to write your own story. Because at the end of the day, when the applause fades, when the room empties, when the phone stops ringing, the only voice that matters is yours, yours. And now as you sit with everything you've heard, with every truth that's been poured into you, you've got a decision to make. This is the turning point, the moment where you either keep living for people who don't care, keep begging for support from people who aren't loyal, keep shrinking your greatness to fit into small conversations, or you rise up and become everything you were created to be. This is not just another speech, this is a line in the sand, a wake-up call. Because life doesn't wait for those who hesitate. It rewards those who move, those who trust, those who believe. Even when the crowd falls silent, remember people will doubt you. People will misunderstand you. People will leave you. But you must never leave yourself. When you wake up tomorrow, the world might still be the same. The fake friends will still smile. The critics will still whisper. But you will not be the same. Because from this day forward, you know the truth. You're done living for applause. You're done chasing validation. You're done watering dead plants hoping they'll bloom again. You are not here to be liked. You are here to be legendary. The greatest moments in history, the biggest shifts, the most powerful breakthroughs were birthed in isolation. While others were partying, someone was grinding. While others were sleeping, someone was building. While others were laughing at your small beginnings, someone was preparing for a massive comeback. And that someone can be you. Because the truth is, the struggle you're in today is developing the strength you'll need for tomorrow. Never forget what Nelson Mandela said. It always seems impossible until it's done. And right now it may feel impossible. Right now you may feel tired, broken, misunderstood. But that's exactly how every champion feels right before they win. When you feel like quitting, that's when you must push harder. When you feel like no one believes in you, that's when you must believe in yourself even more. Muhammad Ali once said, I hated every minute of training, but he said, don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. Let that sink in. The pain you're feeling is temporary. The loneliness you're feeling is temporary. The doubt, the fear, the rejection, all temporary. But the regret of giving up, that lasts forever. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting for people to believe in you. Stop waiting for your emotions to align. Start now. Start scared. Start small. Start with tears in your eyes if you have to. But start. You don't need a cheerleader. You don't need a crowd. You need courage. Courage to take the first step. Courage to keep going when you want to stop. Courage to face the thing in you wants to hide. And if you ever forget why you started, if you ever feel like giving up again, remember this, you are not born to be ordinary. You are not built for average. Inside you, there's a fire, a hunger, a destiny that's too great to die inside the comfort zone. Les Brown said it best. You gotta be hungry. Hungry for change, hungry for success, hungry for peace, hungry for joy. Hungry for everything you've been dreaming about, but too scared to chase. Because when life pushes you, you push back harder. From today, walk with your head high. Speak with confidence. Love yourself like your life depends on it, because it does. This is your season to stop surviving and start thriving. This is your season to silence the noisy, trust the process, and write your comeback story with your own hands. No more waiting, no more doubting, no more begging. The world has heard enough excuses. Now it's time they hear your roar.
Amen. Amen to that one. I don't lie.
Your kindness is killing you. That smile, that endless availability, that inability to say no, it's not making you a better person, it's making you a lesser version of yourself. Every time you say yes when your spirit screams no, you're committing a slow form of suicide. You're sacrificing your purpose on the altar of popularity, trading your destiny for temporary approval. The graveyard is full of people who are too friendly to fight for their dreams, too nice to nurture their potential, too afraid of disapproval to disappoint anyone but themselves.
Guys, I'm washing off my shell. Thank you for enjoying this nice little thing that's going on here. Thank you very much. If I even want somebody that on the live, me glad on the day they listen. Listen some more. Me wash off my shell then because me have to go set them out later on. Later on, me carry on in the garden with me, okay? Enjoy. Wow! 5,000 on TikTok? Oh my God. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
You are losing something right now.
Thank you. 22.
Every minute you spend trying to make everyone happy,
They're so poor. They're so
you lose a part of yourself.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Your potential is bleeding away while you smile and nod and say yes to things that steal your time, your energy, and your purpose. I want to talk to you today about something that might sound strange at first. Stop being too friendly. No, I'm not telling you to be mean. I'm not saying don't care about people. What I am saying is that many of you are killing your future by trying to please everyone around you. You are so busy being nice that you have no time left to be great. Let me tell you about something that happened to me years ago. I was sitting in my office late one night, working on a project that wasn't even mine. A colleague had asked for a little help, and somehow I ended up doing his entire presentation. My phone kept ringing, people wanting advice, wanting my time, wanting favors, and I said yes to all of them. My desk was covered with other people's priorities. My calendar was filled with meetings I didn't need to attend. My energy was spent on problems that weren't mine to solve. And then, buried under all those external demands, was a small notebook where I had written my own dreams. My own goals gathering dust because I was too busy being friendly to work on what truly mattered. That night, I looked at my watch and realized it was 2 a.m. I had been at the office for 18 hours. I had missed dinner with my family. And for what? To be nice, to be liked, to avoid disappointing people who probably wouldn't have done the same for me. I realized then that I wasn't being friendly, I was being foolish. I was sacrificing my purpose on the altar of popularity. Many of you are doing the exact same thing right now. You're saying yes when you should say no. You're giving away your most valuable resource, your time, to people who don't value it. You're putting other people's priorities ahead of your purpose. Being too friendly isn't kindness, it's a form of self-sabotage. When you try to please everyone, you end up pleasing no one, especially not yourself. Your relationships become unbalanced. People start to expect your sacrifice. They begin to see your time, your energy, and your resources as something they're entitled to. And worst of all, you start to believe it too. The most dangerous thing about being too friendly isn't what it makes others do. It's what it makes you believe about yourself. You start to think your value comes from how much you give away, how available you are, how much you sacrifice. You begin to measure your worth by how much others need you rather than by how true you are to your purpose. Let me tell you what happens when you're too friendly. First, you become exhausted. Your energy isn't unlimited.
Every time you say yes to something that isn't aligned with your purpose, you're saying no to your potential. You can't pour from an empty cup. And many of you are running on fumes because you've given everything away. Second, you become resentful. You start small, a tiny voice in your head, wondering why you're always the one picking up the slack. Always the one sacrificing. Always the one putting others first. That voice gets louder until one day that resentment spills over into your relationships, poisoning the very connections you were trying to nurture. Or third, you lose respect. Yes, that's right. People don't respect those who don't respect themselves. When you let others walk all over you, when you drop everything to meet their needs, when you consistently put yourself last, you're sending a message: my time isn't valuable. My boundaries don't matter. My purpose isn't important. And people will believe you off. And most tragically, you miss your destiny. You were not born to be everyone's assistant. You were not put on this earth to make everyone comfortable. You were created with a specific purpose, with unique gifts, with a contribution that only you can make. But you can't fulfill that purpose if you're constantly derailed by every request, every need, every demand that comes your way. Now, let's talk about healthy boundaries. Boundaries aren't walls or bridges. They don't disconnect you from others. They create the conditions for authentic connection. When you have clear boundaries, people know what to expect from you. They know you value yourself and your time. And paradoxically, they value you more because of it. Think about the people you respect most. Are they the ones who are always available? Always saying yes? Always putting themselves last? Or are they the ones who have clear priorities? Who value their time? Who know when to say yes and when to say no? Setting boundaries isn't selfish stewardship. You've been given gifts, talents, resources, and time. You're responsible for managing those things well. You're accountable for the life you've been given. Then, being too friendly often means being a poor steward of your purpose. Many of you are afraid that if you stop being so friendly, people won't like you anymore. Let me tell you the truth, it might be hard to hear. If people only like you because you never say no, because you're always available, because you put their needs above your own, they don't really like you. They like what you do for them. They like the benefits of your sacrifice. They like the convenience of your availability. But they don't like you for who you are. Because in all that giving, you've lost sight of who you are. There's a big difference between kindness and being taken advantage of. Kindness comes from strength. It's a choice you make from a place of self-respect and abundance. Being taken advantage of comes from weakness. It's what happens when you don't value yourself enough to establish healthy boundaries. Kindness says, I see your need, and I choose to help because I care. Being taken advantage of says, I have to meet your need because I'm afraid of your disapproval. Kindness is giving what you can without resentment. Being taken advantage of is giving what you can't and resenting it afterward. Kindness fills you up. Being taken advantage of drains you. I've watched too many talented people waste their potential because they couldn't say no. I've seen brilliant minds stuck in mediocrity because they were too busy meeting everyone else's expectations to pursue excellence. I've witnessed people with world-changing ideas never change a thing because they were too friendly to rock the boat. Don't let that be your story. Let me tell you about Marcus, a brilliant young man I mentored some years ago. When I first met him, he was working 80 hours a week at a job he hated. because he didn't want to disappoint his boss. His weekends were consumed by family obligations, not because he wanted to be there, but because he couldn't bear to say no. His friends regularly took advantage of his generosity, borrowing money they never repaid, showing up at his apartment unannounced, expecting him to drop everything for them. Marcus was everyone's friend, but he had no time to pursue his own dreams. He wanted to start a business, but between his job and all his friendships, he could barely find time to sleep, let alone build something of his own. One day, I asked him a simple question, Marcus, what would happen if you disappeared tomorrow? He looked confused. So I explained, if you vanished, your company would hire someone else. Your family would find other ways to handle their issues. Your friends would find someone else to take advantage of. Life would go on without you. But your purpose, that unique contribution only you can make, will die with you. That hit him hard. He realized he'd been living as if his only value was in what he could do for others, not in what he was created to do. Over the next year, Marcus transformed his life. He set office hours and stuck to them. Despite his boss's initial resistance, he started saying no to family demands that weren't emergencies. He had honest conversations with his friends about their one-sided relationships. Some of those friendships ended, and that was painful but necessary. With his new boundaries, Marcus found time to work on his business idea. He started small, working evenings and weekends as his business grew. He reduced his hours at his job. 2 years later, he put it all together to run his company full-time. The most interesting part, the people who truly cared about Marcus, the ones who valued him for who he was. Not just what he could do for them, respected his boundaries. Those relationships grew stronger, deeper, more authentic. The relationships that couldn't survive his boundaries weren't worth keeping in the first place. Today, Marcus employs 15 people. His business helps small farmers get their products to market, improving both their livelihoods and food access in underserved communities. He's making a difference in the world, a difference that never would have happened if he had kept being too friendly. I'm not saying you should stop caring about people. I'm saying you should start caring about your purpose even more. Think about an airplane emergency. What did they tell you? Put your own oxygen mask on first before helping others. Why? Because if you pass out from lack of oxygen, you can't help anyone. The same principle applies to your life. If you're constantly giving all your energy away, you'll have nothing left for your purpose. And if you never fulfill your purpose, the world loses the unique contribution only you can make. Your time is not a renewable resource. Once it's gone forever. Every minute you spend on activities that don't align with your purpose is a minute you'll never get back. Every yes to something that doesn't matter means a no to something that does. Stop being too friendly with your time. Stop being too generous with your energy. Stop saying yes when your spirit is screaming no. This isn't about becoming selfish. It's about becoming focused. It's about recognizing that you can't be all things to all people, and you weren't meant to be. It's about understanding that the greatest gift you can give to the world isn't your compliance or your constant availability, it's your authentic contribution. Your purpose fulfilled. Your potential realized. Many people live their entire lives without ever drawing a line, without ever saying, this far and no further. They become human doormats, letting everyone and everything walk over them. Then they wonder why they feel empty, exhausted, and resentful. They wonder why their dreams Why their goals remain out of reach. Why their purpose goes unfulfilled.
Hello? 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 I keep hanging up and you keep calling. Somebody died? What's wrong with Uno?
The answer is simple. They were too friendly with the wrong things and not friendly enough with the right ones. Too many people have built their prison with the bricks of accommodation. They have constructed walls of compliance around their potential. They have fortified these prisons with the cement of fear of rejection, fear of disapproval, fear of being alone. And now they sit inside these structures they've built, wondering why their lives feel so confined, so limited, so far from what they dreamed. The key to freedom is in your hand right now. That key is the word no. 2 letters, 1 syllable, infinite power. When you learn to say no to what doesn't serve your purpose, we create space to say yes to what does. Most people have this backward. They say yes to everything, then wonder why they have no room for their priorities. Your no is as important as your yes, maybe more important. Every great achievement in history came from someone who said no to distractions and yes to focus. Every breakthrough, every innovation, every movement forward happened because someone refused to scatter their energy and instead concentrated it on what mattered.
6, 5, 6, 2, 2, 0, 3.
Hello? Could you put my number on your do not call list, please? Hello? Hello? If I tell you, it's all.
I have seen countless talented people who couldn't say no. They were smart, capable, full of potential, but they never achieved what they were capable of because they couldn't refuse the constant demands on their time and energy. Meanwhile, I've watched people with half their talent accomplish twice as much simply because they understood the power of no. No is not a rejection of others. It's a protection of yourself, your time, your energy, your purpose. It's an acknowledgement that your resources are finite and must be stewarded wisely. The strongest people I know aren't the ones who say yes to everything. They're the ones who know exactly when to say no. Their no comes from confidence, not fear. It comes from clarity, not confusion. It comes from understanding their worth, not questioning it. Many of you spend your days reacting to other people's urgencies, responding to every buzz of your phone, every notification, every request for just a minute of your time. Those minutes add up. Those interruptions compound. Soon, your life isn't yours anymore. It belongs to whoever makes the loudest demand. Stop giving away your power. Stop handing control of your life to others. Start saying no to what doesn't align with your purpose. And watch how quickly you start moving towards your goals. Now, let's talk about respect. Many people believe that being agreeable is available, and accommodating earns them respect. This is one of the biggest lies in our culture today. Real respect doesn't come from making yourself small so others can feel big. It doesn't come from where you say yes. It doesn't come from being everyone's doormat. Respect comes from integrity, from standing for something, from having principles that don't bend with every gust of popular opinion. It comes from valuing yourself enough to expect others to value you too. It comes from knowing your worth and refusing to accept less. When you have clear boundaries, when you say no to what doesn't serve your purpose, people might be temporarily disappointed or even angry. But in the long run, they will respect you for it. They will understand that your time and energy are valuable. They will see that you are someone who knows their worth. Contrast this with what happens when you're too friendly, too available, too eager to please. Initially, people might seem happy with you, but over time, they start to take you for granted. They expect your sacrifice. They assume your compliance. And slowly, subtly, they begin to lose respect for you. I've seen this pattern play out hundreds of times. The person who never says no becomes the person everyone asks first, not because they value them, but because they know they will refuse. The person who drops everything for others becomes the person others drop when something better comes along. The person who puts themselves last becomes the person others put last too. Building respect through boundaries isn't about being harsh or cold. It's about being clear and consistent. Communicating your expectations and holding to them. It's about teaching others how to treat you by how you treat yourself. If you want others to respect your time, you must respect it first. If you want others to value your energy, you must value it first. If you want others to honor your boundaries, you must honor them first. Oh, here's a hard truth many of you need to hear. Some of the relationships in your life are toxic. Some of the people you are bending over backward to please are taking advantage of you. Some of the connections you're desperately trying to maintain are draining you rather than sustaining you. Not all relationships deserve your energy. Not all connections serve your purpose. Not all people in your life want what's best for you. How do you identify these toxic relationships? Look for these signs. You feel exhausted after spending time with them. Not energized. They take far more than they give. They only contact you when they need something. They disappear when you're going through challenges of your own. They resist or ignore your boundaries. They make you feel guilty for prioritizing your needs or pursuing your goals. Your success seems to make them uncomfortable or resentful. They consistently undermine your confidence or question your decisions. You find yourself apologizing for things that aren't your fault. You feel like you're working on eggshells around them. If several of these signs sound familiar in a relationship, you need to make some hard decisions. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do both for yourself and ultimately for them is to create distance. Some relationships need healthy space. Others need to end entirely. This isn't about casting blame or harboring resentment. It's about recognizing that just as you have a purpose, you also have priorities. And if a relationship consistently pulls you away from your priorities rather than supporting them, that relationship may be costing you more than it's worth. I'm not saying cut people off at the first sign of difficulty. I'm saying assess the pattern, not the isolated incidents. I'm saying look at whether the relationship, on balance, adds to your life or subtracts from it. I'm saying consider whether this connection is moving you towards your purpose or away from it. Your time on this earth is limited. Your energy is finite. You cannot afford to invest these precious resources in relationships that deplete you rather than develop you. This brings me to a critical point. Your purpose and your priorities must align. Many people claim to know their purpose but set priorities that contradict it completely. They say they want to build a business. But prioritize watching TV over working on their business plan. They say they want to be healthy. But prioritize convenience over nutrition. They say they want deeper relationships. But prioritize social media over real conversations. Your priorities reveal your true purposes. Not the ones you talk about, but the ones you actually live by. If you want to know what you're really committed to, look at how you spend your time, your energy, your money. Look at what you say yes to and what you say no to. Look at what gets your best and what gets your leftovers. If your current priorities don't align with your stated purpose, one of two things must change. Either your priorities or your purpose. Either start living what you claim to value, or be honest about what you actually value based on how you live. Being too friendly often leads to a total misalignment between purpose and priorities. You say your family is your priority, but you can't say no to your boss. So you miss your child's recital. You say your health is your priority, but you can't say no to social obligations. So you skip exercise and sleep. You say your business is your priority, but you can't say no to distractions. So your business stagnates. Stop this cycle. Align your priorities with your purpose by learning to say no to what doesn't move you forward. Let me give you some practical steps to stop being too friendly. First, get clear on your purpose. You cannot protect what you don't identify. Write down your personal mission statement. What were you created to do? What contribution are you meant to make? What problem are you here to solve? Unless you know your purpose, you don't know what deserves your yes and what deserves your no. Second, audit your current commitments. Make a list of everything you said yes to, every obligation, every responsibility, every recurring activity. Next to each one, write whether it aligns with your purpose or not. Be brutally honest. You'll likely find that many of your current commitments are taking you nowhere near your goals. Third, create scripts for saying no. Many people struggle with no because they don't know how to say it gracefully. Prepare simple, clear, kind ways to decline requests. Practice them until they feel natural. Remember, you don't need to explain or justify your no. I'm not able to take that on right now as a complete sentence. Go forth. Start small. Don't try to transform all your relationships overnight. Begin by setting boundaries in low-risk situations. Say no to the telemarketer. Decline the optional meeting. As you build this muscle, gradually apply it to more important areas of your life. Fifth, expect resistance. When you start setting boundaries, people will test them. They're used to your yes, and they won't give it up easily. Some will push back. Some will try to make you feel guilty. Some might even get angry. Stand firm. The temporary discomfort of maintaining your boundary is nothing compared to the permanent resentment of continually crossing it. Sixth, surround yourself with boundary respecters. Seek out people who honor your no, who don't take your time for granted, who respect your priorities. These healthy relationships will give you strength to address the unhealthy ones. Finally, celebrate your progress. Every time you successfully protect your boundaries, acknowledge it. Every time you say no to what doesn't serve your purpose, recognize the victory. You're reclaiming your life one decision at a time. Let me tell you about Sophia, a woman who attended one of my leadership conferences several years ago. When I met her, she was exhausted, burned out, and resentful. As a community organizer, She had been saying yes to every request, every committee, every cause. She worked 70-hour weeks, was available by phone 24/7, and hadn't taken a vacation in 3 years. Her health was suffering. Her relationships were strained. And despite all her work, her impact was limited because she was spread too thin to excel at anything. During our workshop on boundaries, something clicked for Sophia. She realized that by trying to help everyone, she was actually helping no one effectively, least of all herself. She committed to making a change. It wasn't easy. She had to step down from several committees. She had to start turning off her phone after 8 p.m. She had to learn to delegate tasks. She had always handled herself. Some people in her community were upset, even called her selfish, but she held firm. With her newfound time and energy, Sophia focused on the one area where she could make the greatest impact: youth mentorship. Rather than being involved in a dozen initiatives superficially, she poured herself into this one area deeply. 2 years later, I received a letter from Sophia. Her youth program had expanded to 3 locations and was showing measurable results in keeping at-risk teenagers in school. She had trained 10 other mentors who were now leading their own groups. She had secured stable funding through grants. She actually had time to write properly. Her health had improved dramatically. Her closest relationships were stronger than ever. And here's what struck me most: the very people who initially resisted her boundaries were now among her biggest supporters. They respected her focus, her clarity, her results. By stopping being too friendly, Sophia had actually increased her positive impact on her community. Your story can follow a similar path. You can go from being scattered to focused, or from exhausted to energized, from resentful to purposeful. But it starts with a decision to stop being too friendly with what doesn't matter, so you can be fully committed to what does. Remember, the world doesn't need more nice people who say yes to everything. The world needs more purposeful people who say yes to what matters and no to what doesn't. The world doesn't need more people pleasers. It needs more difference makers. And you cannot make a difference if you're too busy making everyone happy. A realm where your greatest enemy isn't the person standing before you, but the limitations you have placed upon yourself. How to destroy your enemy without fighting them.
I want to say thank you to each and every one of you who stayed right here until I was done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now I want you to have a good day, and I will see you later. I will see you guys later. Trash we no mash we no come. Thank you to everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you.